heal off of that auto. Not quite the case. The flash comes in as now the Twisted advance. Sylvie is going to pick up first blood as Kroko did not respect the damage out of level 3 Elise with the red buff. He's going for the double. The Fiesta will come in and steal it, but that's totally fine as Nongshim take 2 kills early.
An absolute disaster there for DRX, as maybe they tried, maybe they could have found Sylvie in the back there, but not going to be the case. And the initial idea is great, because what you're doing is Dogdom and Beryl have the prio, one try and keep pressure on the lane so they can get early tempo, can get it back in before Vital and Peter can. And then Kroko goes in, places a ward, places a sapling to safeguard his bot lane.
As Elise can just do this. Just gonna go up into the air. Fiesta's like, wait, why are you still here? You don't have flash. As he goes under the turret, and actually Faith is going to survive. Fiesta kind of missing some stuff. As now the sapling, is he good enough? No, over the wall he goes! And Kroko does not follow. Oh, there's another sapling there. No, he's fine. Kroko's like, wait, how did you get out of here? Just to call things.
Mode game coming on strong from the Nongshim laner, and yeah, that was definitely a very nice escape after what was initially looking like a great dive, then turned into a not so great dive. And the one benefactor from all these shenanigans has been that's nice. Not what you want. There were a couple of calls. You can either go for Baron with everyone, or you can run towards bot with everyone. And it's still, of course, relatively early. I do think they'll be able to get this Baron. If Kroko gets this...
Ooh, the damage. Here comes Kroko. He's coming in. The dive! He gets it! The perfect timing! Oh, that is so... Could not have been more perfect for Kroko to get in there. 0-5, better jungler wins.
Yeah, if Fiesta didn't TP to bot, they would have been fine, because look at the positioning here of the fight for DRX. It's actually really awkward. Dogdom is in no position to do damage because the bottom flank where Kali's coming from isn't very safe, right? So he can really walk up at the risk of dying, and then they're stuck inside this Baron pit. Rascal tries to go for a flash fade, doesn't quite work out. And then you are trying to 5v5. Nongshim very close.
Coon comes in, Fiesta goes in, and the wombo combo is massive, but Dogdom gets over the wall. He will escape for now. Peter's getting low, Dundon's gonna be taken out, and this time Rascal's got some help from his friends, as DRX should be able to finally take out this guy, and Kroko's gonna eat up the entire shutdown. And the Dragon will go the side of DRX.
And that was an attempt from Nongshim. That turn initially looked beautiful, and if they kill Dogdom there, they 100% win the fight. But as it turns out, they don't, and now DRX might win, and I need to figure out who I vote for POG for, and I don't know. I have no idea. It's a tough eval.
Okay, well he does have flash, thankfully, so he's going to survive after whatever that was. A nice engage from Rascal.
10 seconds.
Yeah, they've got this minion wave. I think DRX might just have enough. Vital is going to put up a fight as Sylvie's trying to go forward. He's got a lot of damage, but look at this. Dogdom, they're just targeting the Nexus. DRX have done it in 35.5 minutes. They were given many opportunities to come back in that one.
Many.
And it was only on the 7 trillionth one that they actually made it happen, Chronicler.
Win's a win, Valdez.
A win's a win. Clean 1-0, nothing to see here.
A win is a win for DRX, but this is about the worst way that you can get there. And this is a very important win nonetheless. And we obviously are going to look at everything that DRX was unable to do, their early game shenanigans, them getting kind of
coming in the flash. And the Ignite will be used to try to get on top of Vital, as here comes Dogdom still going forward, and now Fiesta is here, the flash on in, as Beryl is not going to block it, and that's just going to be the end of Dogdom. First blood goes to the Lucian.
And that was such a big win already. We saw in the previous game that Dogdom and Beryl are actually capable of getting very big early leads into this lane, and you blew Flash, Cleanse, and Heal. And then they overextend. Fiesta's level 1, obviously, with the Silas, very, very strong. And they just get run over. I am a bit baffled, again, because...
Might be enough as Peter gets pretty low. Now this is going to be interesting. I think the sustain of the Yuumi will be enough. Sylvie can't quite get the damage in. He is getting pretty close actually now. Maybe kind of that too early as in he goes. The Tristan advances enough as it goes under the cocoon. And now Peter is not in a great spot as the Prowling Projectile will force a flash. DRX take a nice trade in the bottom lane at the end of it all.
Oh, bit of a redemption moment for Crocodile. Even though he got POG, I'm pretty sure that was not the way he wanted to get POG.
3 out of 11.
Well, not even that. Just the game was not that good for a player that, again, when we go back to Sandbox, it really was about the perfect storm between Crocodile and Prince.
You remember, he was legendary. And then he died and they lost.
So Fiesta is the only one not Fiesta-ing.
Yeah, he just brings the Fiesta.
Hey.
He doesn't live in it as, okay, Dominus versus Dominus. Which Dominus is better? Turns out Renekton has a lot of ways to sustain a little bit better than that Silas.
Let's giggle.
Will win the 1v1.
Remember when I was saying that Fiesta wasn't partaking in the Fiesta? I was wrong. I'm sorry. He is in fact part of it.
It's Bort Dirk Renekton.
Yeah.
He has 0 armor.
Yeah.
Just got bodied in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't even... And now Rascal is a Prowler's Claw.
Yeah.
So that's fun for him.
That's the last time. But the cat is on the back trying to get the heals in. Fate will go down. And it just doesn't take damage. He is healing as Duck Dom is hitting him. He is doing more damage to Duck Dom than Duck Dom is doing to him just by being hit. And Dundun will put an end to this one. Massive game from Nongshim. You can see as the series went on, they just got more and more comfortable and happy. And they absolutely deserve to take this 3-0, Chronicler.
What a performance, and fans go wild as well. This is heartwarming. I know none of us predicted Nongshim to win here because even though, and we saw it even in this series, they have moments where individually or as a team they look pretty good. Actually winning the games has been a bit of a problem, but teamwork gets it done in the end. And a first series win for these players coming through for this team. Crap. Zeka might be coming.
Cuz is gonna get it. Yeah, yes, might. Yep. Just gonna take it. They just got over there early. So like, all AP Sports, yes. Lehens might be forced to flash here. This is getting pretty close. Clig could also flash in. There it is. Lehens just gonna just shield in his face. He's like, yeah, cool story, bro. I don't care about your lack of damage.
Unfortunately, that's one of those moments where if you have PTA, probably get the kill. Also, no awareness of where Cuz was there because no vision. So Clid could have definitely chased off there and gotten the flash, but for all he knew, Cuz was about to go in and collapse. Little did we know, or did he know that Cuz was like, no, I did my job. I got my double scuttle. I'm going home.
I'm getting a good back.
Oh yeah, and he really did. Denying early mark is quite nice. Clid also without a flash.
3v3 straight up in the top side as the ult does not come out. Clid is not able to get it down before he is stunned by the Sejuani, and that means that Zeka also has to back away from the fight, and Cuz makes it happen.
And the 3v3 Sejuani combined with a Camille is incredibly strong. If you have a Maganar available there, you can win that, no problem. But this time around, pretty sure Clid was still in a gold card, and because of that, wasn't able to get anything done as...
He got hit by the Sejuani ultimate as well. Yeah. I mean, he might have been stunned for like 4.5 seconds.
And as a result, Kingen just dies, doesn't get to build up his Narbar, you don't get to equalize the health bars. And your entire jungle drops free waves.
King is beating this in so well. I mean, Cuz is up here, right? But it is Meganar. Can they kill the Meganar is the question. Looks very likely. Excellently done as Keen, he set that all up. He hookshot it under the turret. He's like, yeah, come get me. And Kingen fell for it 100%.
Very nicely done there by Keen. And often you talk about strong 2v2s, especially with how popular Sejuani is at the moment, you don't always quite see it come to fruition, but even in Mega Nar form there, you see Kingen is completely unable to really get anything done. Just gets CC'd from start to finish, a lot of damage also, and Camille being fed in the sideline does really...
Very difficult for him already. So you gotta wonder what's going to happen as the game comes along here, as Clid he's got it right on the angle here, but Cuz just gonna throw an ult in. The damage will go the way as the smite of Cuz will last hit it, and we will have a Mountain Soul for this game.
Possibly a blessing in disguise for Hanwha if they are actually able to build up more of these. But if not, I guarantee you do not want to play against KT stacking multiple Mountain Drakes. Right? Camille already can be hard enough to kill. It's the same for Sejuani. That's going to be way worse. And Hanwha Life has one damage dealer that can actually get through these health bars, and that is specifically Click. Is going for the Kraken Slayer build. Would not be surprised if he picks up a Blade of the Ruined King as well. That's what's overall. Second Herald, mostly useful to try and break open that mid lane. As here we go.
Oh, here we go. Keen has flash. That Gnar was not good. He's going the opposite way. He's just getting out of here. He is going to take 2 turret shots, though. But Lehens is here, trying to help out. There's the shield. He will finally have to flash, as the Mancer Q is enough to slow them both down. Lehens does a good job. They're now kind of stuck in here. Lehens might have to flash out of this one. Poor support. He's just going to have to flash there. BDD is just getting free value on the bottom lane. He's going to take down this turret.
And something we haven't talked about that much is that KT is running triple teleport. And triple teleport... Oh, King's dead.
Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, he's going to flash away. Hextech Ultimatum could have been used, but...
anything done is
getting in there. He's got the backup from Viper, and that's why he's going so ham here. Tons of damage coming out, and they will trade supports. Of course, they saw Keen in the top lane. That's the only reason they wanted to go for this, as Keenan had other ideas. He says, well, maybe I can just go to the top side. Nope, he is dead. Keen will shut that down. That is a 3-0 Camille. 19 minutes into the game.
Bit baffled at overall shenanigans unfolding onto the rift before us, as...
I kind of expected it between these two teams.
I was hoping that after a little bit of rest for Hanwha Life in particular, they would look a bit cleaner. And it's not like the game has been called favorably for either team here, even though, as mentioned, Hanwha Life to me are going to have a very tough rest of the game if they are not early. Let's do it. Let's flip it. Why not? Keen doesn't have to veto.
Okay, well, this Gate's pretty good at seeing this one, as they look to force KT to come on in here, as the ult will hit the Kindred in the backside. They don't have a lot of vision of this, though, as everybody's looking to just... Okay, that's a little bit awkward. Everybody's like, okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Just going to Realm Warp out of this fight.
And that's basically it. Hanwha Life doesn't really get anything out of it. Unable to maintain control. We now start to see the vision also very good here for KT, so there aren't really any surprise plays available. And as I mentioned previously, the Hanwha Life comp to me is really tough once you lose control of the game, because one, you need substantial setup to actually win in fights, right? You're looking at Viper either hitting pole.
He will be here. I guess they're at least trying to force these teleports. They are not in a good spot. Health bars are low. Life is going to go down. Clid has to ult underneath this Baron, as they are just being cornered and outplayed. Over the wall will go Keen, as Zeka is trying to do something to help out Viper, but that is not going to work out. Baron will go the way of KT, as Viper even flashing. He is never going to get away from this one, so pretty confusing. But either way, he will go down, and Zeka remains alone, 0-0-0.
Sometimes the games just play out the way that you expect it to, and in this case, this is textbook. You can easily collapse. Hanwha Life, I think, felt like they were in a very awkward position. You have to try and force something. And even underneath the turret, Kingdom is not safe at all. Double TP comes through. And you can stall for a little bit here as Hanwha Life, but it doesn't matter. Baron served on a silver platter here. Viper, I think, desperately trying to, maybe get a steal. Not going to be the case, and even if he did, wouldn't be enough. Fortunately for Zeka, he actually gets the teleport off, which keeps him safe, but that is Baron now going over to KT. So you now have a bad Camille splitting in the side lane. GA's available. They get another dragon, and for Hanwha Life, not a good look in game number 1. Draft kind of awkward, doesn't end up working out in a weak individual game from King, and with Cuz doing a really good job, leading to a really lopsided gold graph here after the 20-something minute mark. 25, I want to say? roughly.
Like I said, you know, I think KT can get a pretty large lead through the jungle, and the top lane is really benefiting from it, as now Kingen is going to be dove once again. And again, this is just the way this comp plays out. There's really no recourse. Like, Life and Kingen at this point, like, stuff could have happened differently earlier on in the game, as Life is ganking? I'm not sure, but he's dead. As the ult will come through, and KT looking to take a relatively quick one with this composition.
And not even the power spike of the propelling Heimerdinger is going to be enough. The movements, not enough to outplay. And KT, very clean, very convincing game number one here. Sacked their bot lane early, but what they got back for it in return was simply incredible. And Humble Life, Zeka is not on Akali or Silas.
Trying to do whatever he can to carry at this point, but it is just not enough. KT gonna start off this series with a 1-0, I think, right? They should just hit the Nexus. There you go. They take it down, and KT win 11-1 in the kill score. Very clean from minute 1 to the end.
Somewhat of an unfortunate drafting situation for Hanwha Life. It started off so well with the Varus and the Heimerdinger, but then very early on picking up that Gnar, not really working out in the game whatsoever. And then the Kindred and the Rise, just, if this was a full dive, Cuz is still waiting. Still not going anywhere.
Or even Theory bot. I mean, where's Click going? Oh, he's looking to gank BDD.
That's not... No.
BDD just going to sidestep that, made that look really easy.
But they also can't really dive. Because the bot lane also has more than enough wave clear, and Flash is still available. Viper now will also have his cleanse. Okay. Are we diving Zeka? No, they read it, and a lot of movement, a lot of posturing, as we like to say. And the only...
Check your posture right now.
The only thing it's done is delay a lot of jump.
As a trade in the bottom side, look at this! Aiming, and Lahen's able to get an engage on down here in the bottom side, and Life is going to go down very close there as BDD is sweeping him under the turret, able to trade back excellently onto King, and Clid will just barely survive in the top side.
Everything is going wrong for Hanwha Life. They're unable to win the 2v2. They're unable to find a successful play on the top side of the map. You see there, right, because of how long Keen is able to stay alive. They can't get it done as here. I think Viper is just flash Zenith Blades, CC chain comes through. Too much CC for him, as that is an incredible amount of spike that you're going to need. But he hasn't really been able to accelerate the game either. And again, I don't think you're safe at all here underneath this turret.
They are trying to brute force it a little bit. Just a little bit of zoning ults, perhaps, as now Lahens is going to go in. They're going to sweep up the Sejuani, and Clid was not safe. He's like, oh, I'm pretty tanky. I should be okay. No! He gets immediately dunked by the 5 of them.
Yeah, even if there is a turret, they can do that. And there wasn't a turret. Well, there was. It was a KT turret.
Yeah. Little zero turret. Just take another look.
Trying to clear the wave here is Hanwha Life. I don't enjoy that.
I'm just curious. I mean, do you put Ghost on effort?
I'm a toaster.
Toaster, okay. Life is dead. He's toast. TP has to be used here. Zeka's just gonna survive, but down a TP.
It's just a bit of a disaster, isn't it? It's not good. Across the board, Hanwha Life are getting caught off guard. They're unable to really contest any of the objectives. The early game was completely run by Cuz, and while Clid was, doing a decent job of matching him,
they're definitely getting some nice wins. I mean, it's not huge, especially because they did take out all of the outer turrets, so it's a little bit difficult to find, like, okay, well, what are we going to get now? We can't quite do Baron. There's no Drake, there's no outer turret. Says, okay, the hidden piggy is the scariest as Clip, he's just gonna get out. He's gonna shuffle as his ult just sails wide and doesn't matter. He flashes and shuffles to safety. Nice try from Clip, though.
At times, we have questioned BDD's builds. He is the inventor of Triple Lifeline, but in that case, Demonic Embrace is here, actually keeping him alive.
And he
Good
just
for
bought
him.
a stopwatch.
Yeah, he's definitely not dying. Nice attempt there from our life. Those are the type of plays that I actually really like to see when teams are behind. Is not necessarily super high risk, and those type of
It's
traps.
so fast. Life has a crown. He is just running straight at them. The damage not quite there for the side of Mama Life Esports, and they are just getting run down like they are being hunted on this rift. As Viper is somewhere up north as we zoom farther and farther away. And Clid will eventually go down as well. Viper, the third one. And KT, they get the Baron, and they get 3 bonus kills. How about that?
A lot of thoughts after that one. Most notably, KT probably after doing that Baron went, oh, we really kill it very quickly. Could have seen that one coming. Could have done this 10 minutes ago. Well, not 10. Baron wasn't spawned, but maybe 5 minutes ago. They didn't want to take any risks, and the ultimate that you're about to see here from Zeka really sums up this game for Hanwha Live. That's the game right there.
Yeah.
And knowing that there is no ultimate available, that there isn't even a Yone in this fight, KT as they should. Hard force, split them up. No one to be afraid of. No real ability to turn. Zeka's teleporting top just to try and get something done. And you can sense both, like, I'm very happy for KT. I think they look so much better than in the game against Liv Sambo.
This is what we need all these teams to be doing. Like,
Yeah.
KT's leading the charge. Like, this is awesome. As, okay, they're trying to get on top of Aiming, as Aiming just kind of laughs at the Yone. Where did he go? He just, like, disappeared into the ground or something, as Keen now is going to get stunned up, but he doesn't care. He's Kasanabe. This looks like the end of the game. The Baron buff enough to knock him underneath the turret, as this is what you were talking about, Chronicler. They finally find an opportunity to just press all their buttons underneath the turret, and they will do exactly that. KT with actually the clean 2-0, nothing to see here.
It's a real 2-0.
This is
Nothing
great.
to see here. Actually, great play from KT.
I just want to say, I'm getting a little excited.
No, no, Valdez. No.
GG 2-0. KT come out hard today as they took that loss against Liv Sandbox, and they said that cannot happen again, and they just stomped the life out of Hanwha Life Esports and made them look silly. Huge win for them. That is a massive turnaround.
It is a combination of them looking revitalized in draft, looking revitalized in terms of gameplay. Cuz to me, even though he didn't get POG in game number 1, really the big difference maker here. I think individually, Keen looked way better, and overall, a very proactive draft from KT, after which they actually play it very proactively. Right? I mean, we were making some jokes around the Baron time.